Hi guys, Henshooter back again. Now, I'm down at my local having a go at me carp fishing again. Now you may ask, why do I keep on coming down and hitting the local area? Well, this is a local pond. There's a few carp in here, but my main reason is that I've had a little bit of a game the last 2 weeks or so with a big carp. Now when I mean big, I mean like 80 odd centimetres. Very, very big carp. Now between my knowledge of fishing and its knowledge of the waterways and what to do, it's trumped me every time. It's either taken me around a bush and snapped me off, or it's taken me under the bridge here that I'm standing on and I'm unable to land it. Don't know how I am going to actually land it when I do hook it up, if I get it up to here, because the net that I've got's not the best. It's a little bit weak, but I will manage somehow. So come along and enjoy me today. Hopefully I'm going to see if I can get a few hookup shots. That's if I do get any hookups. I'm not going to promise anything, guys. And yeah, enjoy the beautiful day. You can see it is a little bit overcast at the moment. It's nice and sunny where I am, but we'll probably get little bits, spates here and there of sun and a little bit of shade, just depending on how the weather goes. So as I said, come and join me. We'll have a bit of fun catching some carp. Keep on going, guys. Alrighty, guys. I've had a hookup. Nice sized carp. Give me a tick. I'm just going to put my gloves on so I can bring it up and give you a look. Alrighty. And there we go. Nice big carp there, guys. I reckon it goes probably a good 50 or 60 centimetres. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm happy with that. Alrighty. So one of my lures is getting, or one of my floats is getting a little bit of a play here and there. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes. I reckon we've definitely got some sort of hookup happening here. Let's see if we can get this, guys. And we've hooked up. Woohoo! It's taking me around the outside of the bushes. Seems like a fair sized carp here, guys. It's given me a little bit of a fight. So now the issue we have with the carp down this way is they actually tend to tire relatively quickly, which is a good thing in a way, because I'm fishing where there's a lot of bushes. And it seems like a pretty decent sized carp, so I'm just going to get me my net here. Oh, it's trying to take me under the bridge here. And we'll net this bugger up. Alright, we got him in the net. Fantastic. Another decent sized carp. Don't want to let him flip off the deck there, which is what he's just about to do. Give me a tick, guys. I'll get my gloves on and we'll get a good look at this carp. Woohoo! So just going to put my gloves on. Oh, can't get the hook out of his gob. Alrighty, there we go. Another sweet big carp. Absolutely beautiful. Good fight on it and everything, guys. So yeah, let's hope we get some more. Keep on going.
There you go. Oh my god. That's insane.
Alright guys, so it's been a couple of hours. It's around, getting close to about 1 o'clock, and things have gone a little bit quiet. Usually goes quiet around this time, and not many bites, or you do get the occasional bite, but usually they're just little peckers or little carp that like to sort of suck on the bait here and there. But while I've got this little bit of spare time here, and excuse me for not looking at you at the camera there, I'm looking over at the floats just to make sure. But anyway, usually what I'll use is just normal white bread in this area. Now, I've cottoned on to using the white bread because basically, like I said in previous videos, the carp don't actually go for anything else in here. It took me a while to work out why, but it's because all the people come down and feed the carp bread, or feed the ducks bread, should I say. So as a result, the carp really won't take anything. And trust me guys, I've tried worms, I've tried corn, I've tried different bits and pieces. I've even tried, as I said, I think before, I've tried boilies. But this is the bread anyway. Now what I want to show you guys is, instead of wasting this bread, right, I could probably get one more bit of bait out of that side there. But what I'll actually do to try and entice them in, I'll get chunks of the bread like that, and I'll actually roll it up until it's a little ball, and then pretty much throw it out where the float and that is, or where my bait is. Now, what that does, in my opinion, is it entices them in. Instead, they'll take 2 or 3 of these little balls, and they'll go, yep, nothing wrong with this is perfectly fine, and then they'll swallow down the bait without thinking about it. Whereas I find if I put the bait in by itself with the hook, they'll tend to have a little bit of a nibble on the bait, and they'll realise, or in my opinion, they'll realise that there's a hook in the mouth, or a hook in the bait, and also the hook in their mouth, of course, and they won't bite, or they'll spit it out. So just a little handy tip and a little handy hint on what to do. And as I said, you only use the white of the bread for your bait, or I tend to only use it because I do find the crusts are a little bit drier. Anyway guys, that's a little hint for you with my carp fishing. Let's keep on going. Alrighty, now I wanted to show you the rig that I'm using today, and it's a very simple rig. So I'm using a little hook here. Can't tell you what size it is, but they're relatively cheap hooks. I think a packet of 10 costs you about $1 from Kmart, guys. Now I have had a few issues with a few Kmart products, but hooks seem to stand up well. Now basically what I've got is I've got a line which is very close to a metre, maybe just under a metre, and I've got that hooked up with a little bobber float. Now I don't really actually use that bobber float to keep the bait at a certain distance in the water or a certain depth in the water. I more use this as a bite indicator so that I can know when the fish is going for a run, and I can strike at the appropriate time. So I'm just going to show you quickly how I bait it up. Now it's very important guys that when you're using white bread, try and get a Ziploc bag, yeah? Because what can happen otherwise with your normal bread bags is your bread tends to dry out because you can't give it a good seal. And then you've either got to wet your bread down and try and mould it into the dough to put on the hook, or it just doesn't work and it falls apart too quickly. So let's get ourselves a little bit of bread. Make sure you seal your bag up, of course, if there's not crumbs all in the seal. And then you want maybe a little bit less than that, so I've probably pulled out a little bit much, but you pretty much just want to, oh no, we've got the right amount. You just want to compact that up until it makes a dough. Now I make it into a sort of a teardrop shape, guys, sort of like that. And then what I'll do is get the hook, if you can see that there. I'll embed the hook and basically mould the bread around the hook like so. There we go. And now I try and hide as much of the hook as I possibly can in the dough, and all I'll do is I'll just leave that hook tip exposed there. I find this is the best way when you're fishing with bread in a lake or somewhere like that to catch carp. And it seems to work really well, and the bait seems to stay on there for a good 20 minutes, half an hour. Now I do have slight issues in this lake here where there's a lot of young carp, and they do suck on the base a little bit here and there. Now you will lose your bait every once in a while, probably every 15-20 minutes is when I'll check my bait, but overall it's no real great problem. Sometimes it actually helps because the little carp will actually soften this down a bit. So when a big carp comes along and takes a chew on it, it basically pops the hook straight into its lip. And all my hookups today have pretty much been right in the lip. I had the one which was a little bit deeper. I think that was my second fish that I caught. But yeah, just simple, pull it out and away you go, because you're knocking them on the head anyway. Just make sure, guys, when you do knock them on the head or do what you do to dispatch them, do it nice and humanely, yeah? I usually use a method called ikijimi, which is brain spiking. So I've got a little spike down here, and I'll pretty much run it just through the top of the back of their eyeball, and you'll know when you've hit their brain, because they basically, all their fins and everything will extend out quickly, their gills will extend out for a second, and then they're dead instantly. That's a fantastic way. And even with your other fish, your edible fish, that's a really great way to dispatch them. Because it's instant. It's not, you're not sitting them in the bucket, they're not stressing out too much or anything like that. Anyway guys, I'm going to throw this bait back in. Hopefully we can maybe get 1 or 2 more carp, and yeah, if we do, I'll certainly put it on film for you. Keep on going. Right, so I've got my float here that's moving, guys. I reckon I've got another hook up. Let's see if we can get this one in. Yeah, and we're on. Woo! Fantastic. Feels like a decent sized carp to me, this one. I don't know if it's going to be as big as the other fellas, but give it a look. Right, so got me net. Oh, it's not bad. It's not as big as the other ones, but still decent little carp. Woohoo! Just trying to get the bugger in the net, and we got it in the net. Alrighty. As always, guys, give me a tick to get my gloves on so I don't get all stinky and gross hands. Excuse the fag hanging out of me gob. And we'll get a look at this carp. Still a pretty decent little carp. As I said, it's not as big as the last couple, but we'll have a look anyway. Alrighty, so there we go. Not as big as the last ones. Look, I hold it close into my body just to show you the size. Still a pretty decent carp anyway. And yeah, good fun, guys, good fun. So that's 3 carp for the day. Hoping maybe I'll get 1 or 2 more. That'd be really great. Now I am disposing of these carp in a good way. It's been lucky that the last 2 I've disposed, and I've sort of left. I don't like to dispose them on camera because you know, you get a lot of flack from people that support the carp. But I've disposed of 2 of them, and I've actually had a couple come past and they've taken them, which is a good thing because they're not being wasted. They're not sitting on the side of the water or the side of the lake I'm at and rotting. And I can't really take them with me because, yeah, I'm on a push bike today. So, yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Whereas normally, I'll bring a little shovel with me and I'll bury them underground in a little hole. So there's a couple of holes up there with a few carp in there. Alright guys, fantastic. Let's go knock this one on the head and get back to fishing. Woohoo! Carp number 3! Alright guys, so I got another hook up here. I didn't actually get it on camera, unfortunately. It's another decent sized carp. And yeah, it sort of took me for a bit of a snag around the bushes and that, so I didn't really have much of an opportunity to get it on film. But I'm fighting it now, and it's putting up a bit of a keen fight. A little bit of drag run there. So we're going to hopefully land it in. I've tied it out a fair bit. Still got a bit of kick left into it. Right, get the net. Oh no, oh, he's taking me under the bridge. See if we can call him back. Yep. This is going to be a bit difficult, guys, so give me a second. Alright, we've got him back out from under the bridge. Put the net up. Got a fair bit of going in this one. And we got him. Got him in the net. So, as always, give me a tick. I'll get my gloves on, get him out of this net, and I'll give you guys a look. 2 seconds. It's a decent sized carp too. So we put the old trusty gloves on, guys. I use these gloves, as I said before, just to stop the stink on my hands, and you can also hold the carp a little bit easier. So get the hook out of its gob. And get the hook out of my finger. Ow. Alright, and there we go. So another decent sized carp. Fought really well, this one. It had a fair bit of kick to it and took me under the bridge, and I was fighting it for a good 5 or 6 minutes. Unfortunately, I didn't get the actual hook up on film because yeah, it took me really quick. It was sort of a 2-second thing. The float was still, and then next second the float took off like a rocket. So another fantastic carp. Fair bit of weight to it. I reckon a good maybe 4 kilos, 5 kilos. Nice and heavy one. So let's give this one a spike on the head, or a ikijimi, and get back to it. Yeah! Carp number 4. Fantastic. Well, that's it for me today, guys. I'm all done for the day. I've got to shoot off and got a few errands and things that I need to run. So I'm going to have to pack myself up and go. Now, I hope you really enjoyed my video today, and as always, if you did, feel free to like my video. And if you do like my content, I have a few different videos there. I do a few hacks or a few tutorial videos, a fair bit of fishing videos, and also metal detecting. So if you like my content, guys, feel free to subscribe. Not pushing you or anything, but it'd be nice for you to subscribe. Now, before I do leave you today, I'd like to include a bit of a shout out to a fantastic group on Facebook, and that group is Carp Busters. Now, they basically have a couple of thousand members. Sorry, I'm not too sure exactly how many, but they're all fantastic blokes, all too willing to help and share their tales with carp busting. And also, we all get together and try and remove these carp out of the waterways. As you know, or as you may not know, in Victoria, actually in most of Australia, I think all of Australia, it's illegal for you to return carp to the water because they're actually classified as an invasive species. So every carp you catch has got to be either donged on the head or ikijimi'd, like I've explained in a previous clip. And yeah, they're all helping towards eradicating this feral species from our environment and hopefully giving the natives a better chance. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and it's on a beautiful, beautiful Melbourne day. And yeah, take care everyone. Happy fishing, tight lines, happy hunting, Henshooter out.